All right, I'm excited to have everyone on this call. We had a few little hiccups and technical difficulties, but we got them all figured out, and I am so excited to have Whitney on this call presenting to us today. Like, this girl, she's just bubbly and fun and so stinking cute, and I know she has a lot of value to add to you guys. She's going to talk about overcoming setbacks, and I'm really excited about this because I know a lot of us, we all experience setbacks, and it's sometimes we're not really sure how to move forward. And so I'm really excited for Whitney to talk to us about this today. So I'm going to turn the time over to her, and we'll get started.
Okay, am I on?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you guys about overcoming setbacks, where you're feeling like you're down, but you are not out. I'm going to start by telling you my story. I'm a full-time mom and wife. I'm a mother of 4. I am married to my husband, Zach, for 7 years, and he's my person, and he is my absolute rock. He just supports me, and he's just so loving and understanding, and he encourages me to go after my dreams or even to just try new things. And I'm the type of person to kind of just start something and then, I don't know, kind of fall off the wagon. And I used to not know how to just get back up and go at it again. But even when I do fail, he's always there, and he's by my side, still supporting me and still loving me. My whole life, I have struggled with weight and feeling very negative towards myself. I didn't like who I was, and I was always comparing myself to other girls who might have been more popular than me or prettier, skinnier, just all these things that I thought I wasn't. I didn't like who I saw in the mirror. I had always struggled hearing roundabout comments from my family that made me even more self-conscious. And my mom was my biggest critic if I wasn't already. I know she probably meant well and wanted to see me thrive in life, but she really put a lot of negativity into my head that shouldn't have been there. And I think she kind of struggled with a lot of the same issues that I struggle with. And she is number 9 of 10 kids. And so I think there's a lot of what am I trying to say? Where they're trying to up one another and trying to be better than one another, and materialistic things like money and talents and looks matter in this family. And so stuff like that just rubbed off onto me, which is a little unfortunate, but you learn to overcome things, I guess. So with that, I've always strived to seek approval from others and fish for compliments to feel better about myself, because otherwise I would just pick myself apart, and I didn't feel like I lived up to other people's expectations or fit in, even in my own family. So it was just really hard. And my parents divorced when I was 10. I moved in full-time with my mom when I was 13 and had to attend a new school, which I found actually really exciting because it gave me the opportunity to reinvent myself. And I was new, and I wanted to make friends in the worst way possible, so I started with my appearance. I lost weight, but I didn't do it in the most healthy way, because there were some days that I would skip meals, and gum was my lunch or dinner. Being 14 and 15 years old, I don't know, you're that young, so yeah, the things that you try, you think you're doing a great job. I'm losing the weight, and I feel great. I'm happy. But of course, over time, kids can be cruel, and schools say stupid things, and you're self-conscious again. Myself feeling like I wasn't good enough. I gained a little weight my senior year, and I lost the weight, and I was happy. After high school, I met my husband. I moved to Minnesota with him after a few months of dating. And then I soon became pregnant, and there was the start of my uphill battle of weight gain. And that's where I really lost myself, because we had actually miscarried our first child, and that was one of the toughest things I've ever had to go through in my life. And it was really actually pretty traumatizing. And so due to depression, I had gained a lot of weight and I lost myself. But now we are a busy family of 6, and I completely lost myself as a person throughout the years. There's a lot going on, and I put so much time, energy, and love into our little family that I forgot the importance of taking care of me. It took a toll on my marriage just because of how unhappy I was with myself, and I took it out on others. And the stress of being away from my husband for months on end because he was working in the oil fields, and I would come to visit with the kids, or we'd have to wait for the weekend and he would come and visit us. But that was it. It was one weekend of the whole entire month that we would see him. So it was really stressful. I finally made the decision with myself that I was going to stop fighting him about moving out to North Dakota full time because I didn't want to, because I didn't want to leave our family. And I was already set at home, but there was one huge thing missing in our lives, and that was my husband, the kids' dad, and they really needed them, and I really needed him. So we finally figured out what we were doing wrong, and we finally made the decision that we were going to live in Newtown, North Dakota, and be one family under one roof in one state. So it feels really good that we finally figured that out. New chapters in our life had finally led to another, and it finally clicked for me that I needed to do something for myself, and I just wasn't sure at the time that something was. And after our baby that we had in January, I wanted to get healthy again and be happy, not only for myself, but for my family too. And I was just done being the monster towards my kids, and I was done snapping at my husband, who really didn't deserve it, just because I was unhappy with my postpartum body, and I was ready to I needed to jump back in. I needed to find myself, and he didn't deserve any of that. It had just become harder and harder after each kid to lose the weight that I knew that I needed to do something fast before I lost myself once again. And so one day I got a Facebook friend request from Whitney, and I became friends with her, and I had been watching her Facebook posts pop up on my newsfeed every now and then. And she was just so inspiring, because here's this girl who is a full-time mom, just like me, but she's crafty, and she's also a piano teacher, and she's doing all these cool things that I wish I could do as a mom. And she really motivated me to just get up and go. If she can do it, I can do it. And she made it look so fun. She was having a blast, and I thought, man, I want to be that. I want to be just like her. And so she had asked me a couple times about doing a challenge group with her, and I finally said yes. And when I did, I just went all in. I thought, I'm just going to do this, because tomorrow I'm going to be a completely different person than who I was today or yesterday. So that day I also became a coach, and that very night I also signed up my first personally sponsored coach, and that was a huge high for me. So it's perfectly normal to have fears of failure and setbacks, and it's okay, because it's going to happen. It's a part of life. And I'm here to tell you, just don't let those setbacks control you. Don't let them control your destiny, because you don't deserve that for yourself. You deserve so much more for yourself, so don't give up on yourself. The thing about failures is that they make us think that we can't do anything we set out to do. So I came up with 3 things that we need to remember about failure and what failure makes us feel and what it does to our minds. So number 1, failures make us feel unworthy. Like we feel like we can't do what we set out to do, and we just aren't the right person for the job. But really, you are. You are totally perfect for helping someone else. You are great for this job. And number 2, we feel our goals are elusive. Like we can almost reach our goal, but then here comes a hiccup, and our goal seems like it's further and further away. and how are we ever going to reach it again? And number 3, failures make us feel that whatever we succeed in, or whether we succeed or not, that it's out of our hands and we can't control it. When you add all that up in a bag of chips or cookie dough ice cream, I know that's how I'm an emotional eater, so I'm sure that's where you'd find me, is on the couch with cookie dough ice cream, failing. You then find yourself feeling hopeless and stuck and just self-doubting yourself. You'll feel stressed, maybe depressed, and perhaps even jealous of other people who are thriving, and you're in the background like, hey, trying to catch up here. And recently, we had taken a 2-week cross-country trip to 9 different states, which was a complete blast, but it was my biggest setback since I became a coach 4 months ago. And I felt all these things on our trip we had taken, and I felt that I had let my personally sponsored coach and my challengers down because I wasn't there for them. I didn't check in. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. And I felt like I wasn't cut out for this job because these girls deserve so much more than what I was providing for them. I felt stressed, and I felt really pressured because August was our Team Cup Challenge month, and I felt like a baby coach, and I just thought, whoa, I'm getting things thrown at me left and right, and I don't know how to keep up. And so I just felt like I wanted to give up. I wanted to throw in the towel and quit. And I messaged Whitney a few times, and I told her this, and she was always right there supporting me and telling me, don't give up. This is you just enjoy your vacation. But when I had my phone with me during this trip, and I could see all of these girls in our crew just thriving and doing these cool things and even accomplishing group goals and individual goals, and I just felt so jealous. I wanted to be that person. That's who I was supposed to be in August. And I just had to take a deep breath and take Brittany's advice in. And like I said, she just kept telling me to do my personal development, and so I just thought, okay, let's just pick something to listen to, because for me personally, I used to love reading, but now as I've had the kids and they're getting older, and I just read kid books. So when I sit down to read my own type of book, I'm just like, I'm lost, or I don't have the motivation to read these big words. So listening is a lot better for me. And so I picked Joyce Myers, and I listened to her podcast, The Beatitude. And at the very end, she goes, go out in the world and get you some flavor. Don't hide your light and let it shine. And then I thought, it clicked. It clicked that I am coach material and I can do this. I have a lot to offer to potential coaches and to clients, and I have a lot of traits that people can relate to. They can relate to my struggles, and they can really learn from me. And I'm better than this, and I'm not hopeless or unworthy of being a coach. And I just thought, let's get rid of these negative thoughts, and let's get back in the game. I've come way too far to just throw in the towel and give up on myself and give up on my crew and my coach and challengers. We need to get rid of these thoughts. And so with that being said, I want to talk to you about how we can regain control, and to avoid the feelings of the hopelessness and feeling that you're not good enough, just wanting to give up. We have to find ways to regain back control as many aspects of the task or goals as possible. For example, because I know a lot of us in this past month have gone through this. It was a challenging month for a lot of us. I know that for a fact. And so here's an example. Here you are doing everything you've been taught as a coach. You're given these resources to learn from. You're doing your vitals. You're putting yourself out there, reaching out to the people that you feel could use your help. You've done invite after invite after invite, and you're doing all the right things, but no one is responding and no one's following through, and very few people have tried to reach out to you. At this point, you're probably starting to believe you just don't have what it takes, and you're thinking you're not a good enough coach, maybe you're not interesting enough or successful or brave enough to reach your goals and to help others reach their own. But to regain control, you have to find certain areas that just need a little bit more help, like just to tweak the areas that aren't working out for you. Like, for instance, if you could maybe just ask a friend to look at your Facebook page and look at the things that you've posted and just see what it is that they love that you're doing on your page that inspires them and motivates them, and then they can tell you the least things that they don't care to hear about. I don't know, just try to figure out who your audience is and what gets the most response, because our online profiles are a really good marketing tool to allow us to help others. And although they may need a little more push, like maybe you need to add a little more value to what you're posting, you're going to figure out in the end what it is that's going to give you the results you're looking for. Find your interest, and then they give you others that have common interests. It gives you something to discuss. From there, you can find new ways that work for others that may work for you to help you reach your goal and become more successful, if that makes sense. But the bottom line is that there's always a way we can take control of the situation, even when I think, but we need to believe that. Just shut down and we become close to what's most important. And it's so misleading and can really hurt us in the end. But we have to find within ourselves to gather our thoughts, just breathe, and take back control. We're made for so much more than we allow ourselves to be. We can do this. We just need to go out there and get ourselves flavor. That's all. We need to get ourselves some flavor. If doing the same things over and over are holding you back, get some flavor. Put more value into what you're posting and just have fun. Don't let these setbacks control your destiny and success. Don't allow yourself to give up and close the book. Keep going because you're in control. Don't let your failures control you, and you can control your success. Okay, so that's my little ditty.
No, that was so awesome. Seriously, like, I'm pretty sure everyone that was on this call and those who are going to listen to the playback seriously needed that. Thank you, Whitney. Like, seriously, thank you so much. What was that? You listened to a podcast, right? Joyce Myers, is that what it was?
Yeah, the Beatitudes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I'm a podcast junkie and I know a bunch of people on our crew are, so I want to make sure everyone got that.
Okay.
All right, if we don't have any questions, I will let everyone go. I'll leave it open for just a second if anyone has any questions. If not, we will let you go and enjoy your day.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
All right. Well, thanks for jumping on, everybody. I will post the recording as soon as I can. Have a wonderful day, and thanks again, Whitney.
Thank you.